Alrighty, folks, we have another deck profile today. It's not going to be Six Samurai this time. Not going to be Six Samurai. It is actually a Sky Striker Ace deck profile. And the reason we're doing this Sky Striker Ace deck profile, this is the deck that I built for my daughter, for her to play the game with. You know, I tried getting her on some other games, some simpler games. Like, I tried getting her to play Pokemon, but she didn't take to it. She really wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess because that's, you know, I guess I was going to the, Yu-Gi local tournaments, and it was something she could do and everything like that. So, eventually I just caved. I brought her along, and Sky Strikers was decently cheap to make, so this is the current iteration of her Sky Strikers deck. I'm so proud of her, too, because she's at the point she can at least win one. You know what I mean? Like, out of 3 games per a Wednesday local, or 4 games out of a Saturday local, she'll at least win one of those. So, you know, I know that doesn't sound pretty, all that impressive, but you know what? Screw you. My 10-year-old daughter, who's just now getting into these kinds of games, is able to win against people who've been playing it for years and doing all sorts of wacky stuff. So, I'm pretty proud of her. This is her deck. I'm super hyped for her. Like I said, it is Sky Strikers, so we are starting with Rose and 3 Rays. Now, she understands what the Ray does. And for those of you who don't know, Ray has a quick effect where you can basically link summon a monster. Or link summon one of your Sky Striker Ace linked monsters, I should specify. And since it's a quick effect, you can do it on your opponent's turn. The other effect she has is if one of your linked Sky Striker monsters leaves the field for whatever reason, so long as your opponent did it, you bring her from the graveyard, put her on the field, and then of course you can do the quick effect. Rose just came out. I'll be honest, I still don't entirely remember what she does. I'll just put it in the little blurb, for purposes of, the video whenever I post it, but she's not using the effect. It's pretty much Rose is in there. We only have one of them. Rose is in there to give her another monster to, make her her cards with, her links with. So there's that. We will then have 2 Ash Blossoms. She kinda gets what she can do with the Ash Blossoms, kinda doesn't. She kind of erroneously throws it out there, if that makes any sense. Like, you'll try to special summon something, then she'll be like, I Ash Blossom! And then, whoever's there has to be like, no, I'd special summon from, like, the hand or whatever, so you can't do it. But anyway. It just kind of keeps going with the idea of locking down the deck and locking down the opponent, trying to prevent them from playing the game. Then I gave her... It used to be more Pankratops, but because they limited it, it's only 1 now. She fully understands what this does. She understands if they got more monsters, put this out, and then blow something up. So... that's why that's in there. And you're going to have to remember, a lot of the cards in here, this is why I'm calling it, again, an extremely casual an extremely casual Sky Striker Ace deck. It's really simple cards that my daughter understands with having almost no experience at the game. So, next up we have an Instant Fusion. The target for that is 1000 Eyes Restrict, and it's super simple. She understands, play Instant Fusion, get 1000 Eyes Restrict, eat something, and then go. Called by the Grave. I'm probably going to end up taking these out of her deck because she keeps misplaying this one. She'll either misplay it or she won't play it at all. Like there's like, and I'll finish up my round and I'll go watch her play, and there's, like, I swear every time, she's got it either in her hand, or like I take a look at what she's got face down on the board. She's got Called by the Grave face down, and she doesn't target something that would have saved the round for her. So she's still learning. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it in there. Maybe I won't. I might just side it out for her. But as of right now, she's got the 2 Called by the Graves. Terraforming, because we're going for Mystic Mine and Area 0. Set Rotation, again. She gets her Mystic Mine, gives you an Area 0. And she understands that if that Area 0 gets blown up, she gets her Ray. You got Foolish Burial Goods and then Metal Foes Fusion. It's a pretty simple combo. You get Foolish Burial Goods, you put Metal Foes Fusion in the graveyard, shuffle Metal Foes Fusion back into your deck, and then draw a card. she gets it. It lets her get a little bit of hand advantage, a little bit. Rhoda, of course, because you want to search out your warriors, which are what the Sky Strikers are, except for the Lynx. The Lynx are all machines, but the Sky Strikers and the main deck Sky Strikers are all warriors. So it's another way to search it out. Now we're getting into the actual Sky Striker spell cards. We've got multi-roll. Proud to say she's finally figured out how to use this one. So basically what it does is it's a continuous spell card, and let's say I play 3 different Sky Striker spells. At the end of the turn, I'm going to go through my graveyard, and I'm going to put face down 3 different Sky Striker spells with different names. The catch is, the next time they get used, they get banished instead. But it's good. It gives her a second Widow Anchor, second Hornet Drones, that kind of stuff. Hercules base. This is the one where you destroy it, you send it to the graveyard with Area 0, and then you put your Sky Striker cards back into your deck or extra deck. So this is the one, she's kind of got that in her head. Every time she sees Hercules base, if she has Area 0 out, she like immediately throws it face down, points to Area 0, points to this, does her Pot of Duality, and then blows it up and continues going from there. Hornet Drones, self-explanatory. Sorry about that. Hornet Drones, self-explanatory. It lets her get her Lynx out. Widow Anchor, again, self-explanatory. She understands it. She plays Widow Anchor. She negates something. Specifically, her thing with it is she steals it. That's what she remembers the most about it. She'll forget to play this against things that she effects that she needs to negate. But we're getting there. We're getting there with her. We have 2 jamming waves. These are all the jamming waves we've managed to get for her. So this is another simple one that she totally understands. She's like, all right, blow up one of the set back row, and then if I have 3 or more spells in the graveyard, I get to kill a monster instead, or I get to kill a monster in along with it. So this and Afterburners she fully understands, and those are kind of like her. Hey, hey, I know how to play these, and I know how to break your board with these. So next up we have the Eagle Boosters. We got 2 of them. She gets Eagle Boosters. This is another one, though. She halfway gets it. If I want to put it like this. She halfway gets it. She understands if she has 3 or more spells, you're basically not going to kill her monster. She always forgets that it makes them immune to card effects. So, perfect example. Somebody, she had a Hayate out, and her opponent pulled Mind Control. Now, I'd already seen she had these face down, and of course I'm not helping, it's tournament, we're not going to help. But, I kind of did that thing where I'm like, I know what you can do! If she had played Eagle Booster, she would have saved her Hayate and prevented him from doing a combo and winning the game from life points through time. So, again, something we're working with, but she gets the gist of it. 2 Shark Cannons, honestly, I'll probably take them out. I know they've got use, but my daughter, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to banish anything. She's going to set it and then target it with Area 0. Or this will be one of the cards she pitches with Hayate. So, we might take these out, maybe throw in an extra Jamming Waves, maybe an extra Eagle Booster or something like that, if I can get a hold of them. But for right now, they're in there. 3 Afterburners. Boy, howdy does she know what Afterburners does. She will wait until she has 3 spells in the graveyard and then just bam, 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 bam. She knows it. They destroy a card. If you got 3 spells in the graveyard or more, they destroy a back row as well. These are her favorite cards, I think. Bada bing, bada boom. We got the 3 Area 0s. It took her a minute to really figure out what this one did. And basically, for those of you who don't know, let's say you've got this 1 card set in your Spell Trap zone, and then you got Area 0. So you activate Area 0's effect to target this card. You'll excavate the top 3 cards, pick out one of the Sky Strikers. If you did have a Sky Striker to pick out, you would destroy this card and send it to the graveyard. If Area 0, for whatever reason, let me remember if it's from the opponent. No, if this card in the field zone is sent to the graveyard by any card effect, so it can be yours or your opponent's, it can be, you know, so long as it goes to the graveyard, it can be by monster effect, it can be by, I don't know, like Harpy's Feather Duster or whatever. She'll get to summon a Ray. She understands that. We're good. But that's not really what the deck is built around. Here we go, Mystic Minds. I have had people coming up to me after her games and just like, not like vengefully swearing at me, you know, but just kind of playfully, just like, I hate you so much. Why did you give her that deck? This is pretty much how she wins games. She locks you down with Mystic Mind and then just auto it and then just direct damage with Hayate. It's hilarious to watch. I love it. It's a very simple strategy, which is why I set her up with Sky Strikers. I didn't set her up with Orchestra or anything like that, God no. But this is pretty much what the deck revolves around. You get 3 Mystic Minds out, you get There Can Only Be One. Hopefully between the 2 of those cards you have locked your opponent out of the game, and you can just keep using Hayate to keep doing direct damage, and like 7 turns you win. Oh, speaking of There Can Only Be One, here they are. The thing about There Can Only Be One with the Sky Striker deck, there is a little trick to it. You cannot swap out your Sky Strikers if There Can Only Be One is on the board. So what I mean by that is you can't have Hayate switch into Shizuku, wait till the end phase to get your effect, and then the next turn, on your next turn, switch back into Hayate to continue dealing damage. They are all machines. There can only be one. You cannot attempt to summon another machine if you've already got one on the field. So you can't cycle through your Sky Strikers. What you can do, however, is if Hayate gets destroyed and Rei comes back, because Rei is a warrior, you can then use Rei's quick effect to put Shizuku on the board, you know, if they're done attacking, or put Kaina on the board, whatever you want to do. And you'll be able to get your effect there. Then you just kind of got to get rid of Kaina again somehow, which, you know, you could do that with jamming waves. You can do that with a few other things. Heck, you can even do it with Pankratops if you really wanted to. Obviously, we got a Metaverse in here. I'm trying to get a couple more Metaverse for myself, but obviously we're going to have Metaverse because we want to get those Mystic Minds out. And then her last card, number 40, is Heavy Storm Duster. Just in case they pull an Imperial Order against her, you know, something like that. This is another one of those cards. Normally, she'll just target it and blow it up with Area 0. She doesn't quite understand how strong it can be, but I needed to fill up the 40. And the Heavy Storm Duster is a pretty good one to fill it up with. As far as the extra deck goes, 1, 2, 3, I think it's the top 4 of them, right? Yeah. Top 4, these guys, Black Rose, Nightmare Griffin, Nightmare Cerberus, and Borlo Dragon, they really don't matter. They're pretty much just in there to fill up the extra deck. She's pulled off Black Rose Dragon a couple of times, because she'll do the Tuner, Ash Blossom, and then she'll do it with a Sky Striker, Ace, Ray, or Rose. And she'll go into Black Rose Dragon and blow up the board, but then she never really has anything to do after that, except unless she's got Hornet Drones or something in her hand. But it's pretty much, I wanted to fill up her extra deck. I had 4 spots left, so I'm like, alright, you might get something out of these. Nightmare Griffin, I just had an extra one lying around, so handed it to her. So don't take those 4 too seriously. Thousand Eyes Restrict, I mentioned this earlier with Instant Fusion. This is her Instant Fusion target. She summons it, eats something up, maybe special summons, or maybe summons something else, goes into Nightmare Cerberus, something. There's a few things she can do with it, but primarily what she understands is play Instant Fusion if they got something really big on the board that, you know, is a problem, and just eat it. Alright, now we're getting into the Sky Striker as links. We have 3 Shizukus, obvious. 3 Hayates, again, pretty obvious. Can you see them? Sort of. 3 Kainas. That's the wrong way. 1 Kagari. The only reason we have 1 Kagari is because when I was building the deck originally, Kagari was limited to 1, and I just haven't gotten around to getting her the other 2. I'll probably take out the Nightmares once we do that. But, let's see if I can get all of them on camera. So she totally... This is about the only one she never uses. She hasn't put 2 and 2 together with that one yet. But she understands, like, especially if she goes first, get Shizuku out, search out something good. She understands if she's in if one of her Sky Strikers gets blown up, she can kind of sort of stall out with Kaina, because you stop the opponent from attacking. And then, of course, Hayate's the big one. Hayate, you just keep sitting there spamming direct attacks until you eventually win the game. But, yeah, that's her Sky Striker Ace deck. And like I said, she's 10 years old. She's not winning tournaments with it, but I know what, I'm super proud. For 10 years old, she's doing really, really well. The fact that she's able to win without me coaching her through it, because if she plays with her buddies, whenever she has friends over and they all want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, I'll obviously be like, all right, Claire, you have this on the board. You can do this when he activates that. But that's different. Oh yeah, she's of course got the Sky Striker Ace token for the Hornet drones. But yeah, I'm actually like I'm making this video pretty much just to brag on my daughter because I'm super stoked. She's 10 years old and she's able to at least win once at a local completely on her own, and I'm super happy for her. I'm super stoked on her. But yeah, that's her Sky Striker deck. It is a Sky Striker lockdown. I designed it hopefully to make it as simple as I possibly could, and everything I've done with it since its original form has just been to make the deck easier and easier and easier to autopilot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Y'all have a good day.